Hi there, welcome to the Animals Naturally podcast with me, Suzanne. The aim of this podcast is to give you ideas and tips on how to use holistic approaches to help your animal to have a more naturally healthy lifestyle. Whether your animal is large or small, there's a whole world of complementary therapies and holistic approaches that you can use that your animal can benefit from. In this episode of the podcast, I'm going to talk to you about how your horse or dog can be helped with light therapy. Now, light therapy, you may be thinking, what on earth is that? Sometimes it's also known as phototherapy, which again may not be something you've come across. Light therapy combines the use of visible and invisible light, such as infrared, to help treat various ailments by stimulating natural healing. Low-level laser therapy is one form of light energy, using a single wavelength, and it's used by many vets to help with a variety of animal ailments, from tissue repair, reducing inflammation, and pain relief. Low-level laser therapy is often also known as cold laser therapy. There's a variety of lasers used for therapy, however they can vary substantially in the size of their beam and their ability to affect the injury or ailment. Low-level laser therapy is basically light therapy, as lasers are instruments which deliver light amplified into a small focused beam. You may be wondering if it's dangerous. Well, hot lasers, yes. Hot lasers are used for surgical purposes to cut tissue. So yes, it should only be used by skilled veterinary surgeons, as hot lasers does have the potential to be harmful if incorrectly used. Low-level laser therapy, though, does not usually cause any unwanted side effects and is non-invasive. Of course, as with any complementary therapy or anything really that you use to treat your animal, it should only be done under qualified and professionally skilled veterinary advice. So who can use light therapy and what animals can benefit? Well, your veterinary surgeon will be able to advise you if light therapy is a suitable treatment for your animal. Many different animals can benefit, from horses and dogs to cats and many others. It's used to stimulate healing for both injuries and post-surgery where tissue needs help to repair. So low-level laser therapy is often used to help with wounds, both new ones and older ones that are proving difficult to heal, joint injuries, tendon or ligament injuries, and it also can be used to help with pain relief from chronic conditions. Animals often find low-level laser therapy relaxing and usually don't need to be sedated or have their hair clipped or shaved back. So how quick will low-level laser therapy help your animal? Some suggest that it will reduce the healing time by half. However, as is the case with any injury or ailment, some animals will respond quicker than others. Additionally, it would depend on the ailment that the laser therapy is being used to help. Some will require longer treatment than others. Low-level laser therapy is popular because it's a drug-free way of promoting health. And as many animals can benefit from it, it is quite becoming increasingly popular. As with any complementary therapy, though, holistic approach, it is not intended to replace veterinary care. If you're ever in doubt as to what ailment your animal has, then do speak to your veterinary surgeon ASAP. Many veterinary surgeons do use low-level laser therapy within their practice, as do a wide range of professional complementary therapists working with animals, such as physiotherapists or massage therapists, amongst others. And there are also some professionally experienced complementary therapists for animals who only use low-level laser therapy. They've become experts in it. There is a variety of research that has taken place also to look at how low-level laser therapy can help. And some research took place a few years ago that the Royal Veterinary College published in the UK. And they found that it's often used to help treat wounds, soft tissue injury and in pain management. The penetration depth of low-level laser therapy in human tissue remains unspecified, and they found that similarly there was uncertainty regarding treating in animals. So their research was designed to test whether clipping hair helped or anything, if any areas needed to be covered with a particular topical application, such as alcohol. But they did find that it didn't really make a lot of difference. The tendons that were clipped dry and clipped and cleaned with alcohol were both associated with greater transmission of light in the unprepared state. But the use of alcohol without clipping was not associated with an increase in light transmission. So they did find that the area being clipped or cleaned beforehand did help, but as I say, I think it does depend on probably the type of ailment that's being helped, and also how hairy your horse is. If you're dealing with equine tendon injuries, certainly if you look at one horse compared to another, some are naturally more hairy than others, particularly native breeds do tend to be, in the UK for instance, like Welsh ponies or Highland ponies for instance, Shetlands, very, very hairy compared to a thoroughbred. So they did find this research that it was perceived as being effective in accelerating the healing of wounds, which also is really important. So low-level laser therapy has been the subject of veterinary research, and it's certainly something that you should discuss with your vet if you think it might be helpful for your animal. Some veterinary surgeons may be more familiar with it than others, and it depends probably to some extent as to whether they have the equipment in their practice. Some larger equine veterinary practices or larger animal veterinary practices generally are likely to have the equipment, or even professionals who come in regularly as specialist experts using it. So certainly do discuss it with your vet, particularly if your animal has a chronic condition. And also, again, if with your animal has an ailment that is suddenly become acute, that it's suddenly developed, it might be something you should use too as an option rather than going for conventional medication, for instance. So do speak to your veterinary surgeon. I hope that's been useful and you've got more information now about low-level laser therapy and how it might help your animal. As I said at the beginning, it can help many animals, not just horses and dogs, so certainly something to consider. I hope you found that interesting. For more information on holistic approaches for your animal, then do visit my website at taranet.co.uk. Thank you for listening, and do please share this with anybody who you think might find it helpful for their animal. Until next time, goodbye.